Hello, welcome in another episode of the science involved in the manufacturing of parenteral drugs. If you are a patient, young or future graduate, professional and executive, follow me today to see how the change control process done wrong can screw up a batch, a company reputation, or even put patient at risk.
In the world of biotech and pharma, a world that develops life-saving treatments, even the tiniest change can have massive consequences. I mean, think about it. A single, undocumented tweak to a process could literally alter a medicine's effectiveness or even its safety. And that's exactly why we have a process called change control. It's this essential, superstructured system that makes sure every single modification is managed with absolute precision.
So you might be asking, what's the big deal? What if someone just swaps a raw material supplier, or tweaks a single line of code, or maybe adjusts a manufacturing setting without telling anyone? Well, in a lot of industries, that might be a minor headache, but here, it could compromise a medicine that patients, real people, absolutely depend on. That's a risk we just can't take. It's completely unacceptable.
At its very heart, the change control system is basically a proactive shield. Its entire job, its whole reason for being, is to stop those unintended consequences in their tracks. It's all about protecting both the product's integrity and, most importantly, the patient's well-being. It's the framework that ensures every change is actually an improvement, not some unforeseen disaster waiting to happen.
Okay, so to really get our heads around this, we're going to walk through it step by step. We'll look at the system itself, the team in charge, what a typical change looks like from start to finish, how we handle exceptions, and then finally, why this all matters so much to every single one of us. So let's start with the system itself. You can think of the change control system as the official rulebook for any kind of modification. It gives us the structure and the definitions we need. It's the essential framework that makes sure nothing ever slips through the cracks. And let's be really clear here, change control is not some casual suggestion box. As the definition says right here, it is a formal process. That means every potential change gets evaluated by experts, it's meticulously planned, and it's thoroughly documented. This whole thing creates a transparent and, really importantly, a defensible record of every single decision made. Now, not all changes are created equal, right? The system is smart about this. It categorizes them by risk. So you have a major change. That's something like altering a key ingredient. That could directly impact patient safety, and you bet it's going to require the highest level of scrutiny. Then you have a minor change, like, say, updating an internal software system. It's still controlled, of course, but the potential impact is less direct. It's really all about applying the right amount of oversight for the level of risk. And this brings us to a super critical acronym, SISPQ. Honestly, this is the holy grail. These 5 attributes are the promise that a manufacturer makes to every single patient. Is the product safe? Is its identity correct? Does it have the right strength? Is it pure? And does it meet all quality standards? The entire change control system, from top to bottom, is designed to protect SISPQ.
Okay, so a system this important can't just run on its own. It needs a dedicated team, a cross-functional group of experts, to act as the guardians of the entire process.
And that team is the Change Control Board, or the CCB. Think of them as the first line of defense. Their job is to evaluate any proposed change from every possible angle before it can even get formally started.
You see, a single change can have these incredible ripple effects. And that's exactly why the board includes experts from every corner of the organization. You've got quality, manufacturing, regulatory, engineering, the whole shebang. This cross-functional approach guarantees a full 360-degree assessment, making sure no potential impact gets overlooked.
So, right in their first meeting, the CCB makes some really critical decisions. Is this change temporary or is it permanent? Is it major or is it minor? And crucially, who are the specific subject matter experts, the SMEs, that we need to really assess all the technical details? They basically set the entire path for the review process right from the get-go.
All right, so we've met the gatekeepers. Now let's actually follow the journey of a change as it moves from just an idea to a fully implemented reality.
The journey itself is pretty clear and logical. First, you've got to get the green light from the CCB. Then, you formally log it in the quality management system. After that, the designated experts do a deep dive risk assessment. Only after all the approvals are in place does the change actually get implemented. And finally, you verify that everything was done correctly and you close out the official record. Done.
But, what about when things go wrong?
Any robust system has to be able to account for the unexpected. So, of course, there are special procedures for situations that don't quite fit the standard mold.
Two special cases really stand out. First, you have an emergency change. This is totally reactive. It's used when something breaks and poses an immediate threat. And to make sure it's fast, it can bypass that initial board meeting. On the other hand, you've got a temporary change. This one is proactive and planned, like if you're testing a new procedure for just a few batches. It's not an emergency, so it follows the standard approval path.
But here's the thing. Even in an emergency, there are still strict rules. Director-level approval is required before you do anything. This is not some loophole to be used for convenience. And crucially, a formal record has to be created afterward to document everything that happened. Because of all that inherent risk, every single emergency change is automatically classified as major. No exceptions.
Okay, so we've walked through the definitions, the people, the process, all the nitty-gritty details. Now let's just zoom out and connect all of this to the bigger picture. So, why does this meticulous system matter so much? Well, for patients, it's everything. It's the guardian of their safety, ensuring that SISPQ promise. For young graduates just starting out, understanding this is an absolutely foundational skill for a successful career. For seasoned professionals, it's the blueprint for building a robust and defensible quality system. And for the company itself, it's the very bedrock of their reputation and the trust they have with regulators and clients.
And the scope here is truly comprehensive. We're not just talking about the recipe for a drug. This system covers everything, and I mean everything. The specifications for raw materials, the testing methods in the lab, the equipment on the manufacturing floor, the facility itself, and even the software that runs it all. Absolutely nothing is left to chance.
You know, this quote really gets right to the heart of it. Every change, by its nature, introduces potential risk. By controlling and documenting every single one, a company can guarantee its products consistently meet the highest standards for quality and safety time and time again. The biotech industry absolutely thrives on innovation and improvement. So the fundamental challenge, the big question, is always this: how do you manage that constant drive for progress while making sure every single step forward is safe? Well, a robust change control system is the answer. It is the framework that allows for innovation without ever compromising on quality.